This is the Dash Safe Slice Mandolin. Mandolins are essential in any professional kitchen because of the way they guarantee uniform cuts and unparalleled speed. And this isn't just about making the food look pretty. Even cuts mean even cooking results. But until now, mandolins have been incredibly dangerous with an exposed blade that puts your fingers and hands at risk. Now, with the Safe Slice Mandolin, you can have all the benefits of a mandolin without any of the danger. The Safe Slice Mandolin provides a safer way to cut like a pro. Simply open the stand until it locks into place, and then dial in the cut you want. Our design prevents your fingers from ever going anywhere near the blade, making this mandolin the safest option for an expert slice. And with over 30 different cuts, you can effortlessly slice, julienne, mince, and much more. The mandolin makes it easy to create stunning side dishes and desserts for friends and family. From potato gratin to apple tarts to summertime salads, all of those look amazing when you use a mandolin. And with the Safe Slice, it's easier and safer than ever. Here at Dash, helping you eat better is our #1 priority. That's why we work hard every day to create high-quality products and healthy recipes, all with the customer support team that's right here in the USA. So bring your cooking to the next level and safely slice like a pro with the Dash Safe Slice Mandolin.
I'm Kara with Hamilton Beach. If you use a food processor, you know how frequently you have to stop, remove the lid, and scrape the sides of the bowl with a spatula to reduce buildup and even out the mixture. And that can really slow you down. Our solution? The Hamilton Beach Bowl Scraper Food Processor. The scraper attachment travels around the sides of the bowl so you don't have to stop and remove the lid. And it works while the processor is either on or off. Now that's a real time saver when chopping, mixing, or pureeing. The generous 10-cup capacity bowl is roomy enough to slice, dice, and chop a variety of ingredients. And the wide feed chute lets you add a whole block of cheese without pre-cutting. The food processor includes a stainless steel blade for chopping and puree, plus a reversible disc for slicing and shredding. And the powerful 450-watt motor comes with 2 speeds, plus pulse control. The bowl, lid, scraper, and blades are all dishwasher safe for easy cleanup. The Hamilton Beach Bowl Scraper Food Processor. Now that's good thinking.
Hi, my name is Matt Dugan, Corporate Executive Chef with Vitamix, and it's my distinct pleasure to bring you the Vitamix 12-cup food processor attachment with self-detect. It fits any full-size Ascent Series and Venturous model machines. And the unique feature about this is that it now turns our blending motor base into a food processor motor base. As you see it right here is exactly how it comes out of the box in its convenient storage mode. You've got a couple pieces and parts to it, so I'd like to pull it apart and then we'll get to food processing. You've got on top a convenient blade storage case for our 2 disc blades that come with it. You've got an interlocking self-detect lid with large and small food pusher and a multi-use blade. This can be used for chopping, mincing, kneading, grinding, those type of applications. You've got a 12-cup work bowl that easily releases from the intelligence behind this, which is the self-detect gear base. So to assemble this back together to get started on our carrot salad, we'll take this gear base, and this is the only piece out of the full unit that's not dishwasher safe. Everything else you see here in front of me is completely dishwasher safe. But what we'll do is we'll put this back on, and by putting that on there, the machine now recognizes that I'm starting to put together the food processor. So we've got the gear base in there. We will now add our 12-cup work bowl, and for this, we're going to use one of our 2 blades. The attachment comes with 2 blades, both with 2 functions apiece. So there's actually 5 blades in total that do different jobs. You've got a large shred and a thick slice, and you've got a small shred and a thin slice. We're going to set this up for large shred using our safety finger holes that we can load the blade in, or by grabbing it from the centralized hub and setting it down in place. From there, we're ready to shred. We simply place our lid on top, and here's where some of the unique features about this food processor come into place. There's not a quarter turn or anything like that. I'll simply be quiet and you can hear it click in place. 2 clicks is all it takes, and I'm ready to go. The other nice thing about this is no matter what way you want to turn it, whether or not it's left-handed or right-handed or front or backwards, it fits on the machine either way. So for this, I'm going to make it a little bit more convenient for me and put the handle back here. And what we're going to make is a shredded carrot salad. In the bowl up here, we've got a little bit of toasted shredded coconut, some parsley, we've got some cranberries, and some golden raisins. Now what we need to add to it is some shredded carrots. The other nice thing about this is when it detects that the food processor is in place, there's no variable speed needed. The only thing that you're going to be worried about is start, stop, or pulse. And then if you want to set a timer, if your machine has a timer, you can certainly set that too. So we're going to start this machine, again, just waking it up, pressing start, and we'll shred our carrots. We'll put them through the small food hole. And using our small food pusher, simply put them right through. You can see the Vitamix food processor makes easy work of those carrots. No more using a regular box grater. No more worrying about those knuckles. We'll simply take our lid off. That disengages the safety lock so the machine can't start. Remove our disc. And it's your choice whether you want to work with it with the gearbox on or take it off. I'll simply work with it on. If I didn't want to, I simply push the convenient release feature and it comes right off. We'll get all of our carrots out of there in this brightly colored salad. We'll take our gearbox off and set it aside. And as I mentioned before, this now turns our blending base into a food processing base. It now turns you into one centralized hub, no matter whether you want to blend or food process. This happens to be a lemon maple vinaigrette that we put together just before we came on air, and that's actually going on our salad as well. Awesome. We'll set that aside, we'll give that a toss, and now you've got a brightly colored salad. This salad will feed about 6 to 8 people. If you did want to make the recipe smaller for a smaller family, that can certainly be done as well by either cutting the recipe in half, or if you wanted to run a double batch, you certainly could run a larger batch too. Some nice shredded carrots in our nice shredded carrot salad with coconut, cranberries, raisins, and parsley. The next item I want to run for you is our almond butter. I know almond butter can be a little bit finicky, so what I wanted to do is show you how to process it using our 12-cup food processor attachment. Very simply in here, I've outfitted our food processor with our multi-use blade. This blade allows you to knead, chop, mince, grind, or in this case, chop down these almonds into a nice fine almond butter. I've got about 4 cups of a roasted, lightly salted almond in there, and I'm going to set the timer on my 83500 series to about 2.5 minutes. That's the max runtime that we have on this food processor is 2.5 minutes, and any recipe that we have should be able to be done in that time. The convenient factor about this is I can set the timer on this and let the machine do the work for me. I don't have to worry about starting and stopping it. It's automatically going to make my almond butter for me. We'll set this in the back here. And again, set the timer for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. We don't have to worry about any variable speed, and press start. It's as simple as that. One final recipe I'd like to show you here today is a pizza dough. We've set our food processing base up here, again, with our multi-use blade. We're going to knead with this. And with that factor, what we do is just drop the blade in place, and we're going to add our ingredients. We've got 3 cups of flour. We've got some salt and a little bit of yeast. We'll spread those ingredients around. And now we'll add our water. We've got a cup of warm water with a little bit of olive oil in there. And no need, we can throw it all in the food processor. It's going to do all of the work for us. We simply attach the lid. And by attaching the lid, what you do is you create a safety interlock between the top and the bottom of this unit to allow it to process safely. That's why specifically you need an Ascent or Adventurous series machine, because it has our self-detect system already built into the blending base. So with this recipe, there are 2 ways we could process it. We could run it on full speed for about 15 seconds, or we could simply use the pulse button. I'm going to use the pulse button until I see a dough ball form. And it's that simple. In just 15 seconds, I've got 2 small flatbread pizza doughs or 1 larger size pizza dough that I simply turn out onto my cutting board, knead just a few times, and it's ready to go. I place this in a bowl and I let it rise for about 45 minutes in a nice warm area of my kitchen, and from there I can take it and shape it into 2 flatbread pizzas or 1 larger pizza, bake it in the oven, and it's ready to go. I can tell by that noise stopping that my almond butter is done and it's ready. Again, 2 minutes and 30 seconds is all it took. All I had to do was load those ingredients in the container and press start. I'll take our safety interlock lid off, set it to the side, remove our multi-use blade, and now my almond butter is ready to be able to spoon into a bowl to be shared for an after-school snack, an afternoon treat, or whatnot. We're serving that with some apple slices. That's very simply put. And again, that was about 2.5 minutes in our 12-cup Vitamix food processor attachment with self-detect. For any details, please check out the details page. But I want to thank you again for letting me take the time to introduce, again, the Vitamix 12-cup food processor attachment with self-detect.
Hi, I'm Mary Rogers, and this is the Cuisinart Classic Round Waffle Maker. It has a brushed stainless steel housing with black accents on the handle, stay cool handle so you can lift it up to use it. It has a browning control in the front, goes from 1 to 5, 1 being the lightest, 5 being the darkest. I preheated this so the green light's on, that's the ready to bake light. Also, when you close it, you'll see what I'm going to do. We're going to close it after you put the batter in, the light will go off. And then what will happen is when it's ready to eat, it'll go back on again. So let's go ahead and make some waffles. It's really easy to do. There's so many different kinds of, I just want to stir this up a little bit because it has chocolate chips in it. There's so many great kinds of waffles to make. This one happens to make a, like I said, a traditional round style waffle. Pour the batter right in the center. And then we're going to close it. You'll notice it's also going to have 4 triangles, which you can actually cut into smaller pieces. But there's lots of great things you can do with waffles other than the traditional type. You can make savory waffles. You can use it to make chicken and waffles. You can use rosemary and salt and pepper and cheese. There's also lots of chocolate type waffles. So let's wait a few minutes, and when the light comes back on, we're going to know our waffle is ready to eat. So let's check on our waffle. Look how beautiful it came out. I'm just going to use the tongs to get it out from the top. Pull it away. Put it down. And notice how you can cut it into little triangles. If you want to share it with somebody, want to cut it in half, just eat half. And there you have it, a beautiful brown crispy waffle using a classic Cuisinart waffle maker.
Hi, I'm Mary Rogers. This is the Cuisinart Belgian waffle maker. So it's a lot of fun to use. The great thing about it is it cooks 2 large Belgian waffles at the same time, and 2 very deep chocolate waffles at about 1 degree. The unit has 1400 watts of power, so it's very powerful. You just lift up the lid. You can put your batter right in the middle here. You close it. There's a little turn, tells you which way to turn it. You turn it 180 degrees. You lift the other side up, then you're going to put your batter here, close it, and turn it again. And the reason you do that is it helps distribute the batter around both of the sets of plates for the Belgian waffle maker. So it's beautifully designed, it's round, it's made out of stainless steel. There's your indicator lights in the front here, and then also on the bottom. And that will turn green when it's ready to be used. And then what will happen is once you put the batter in, you can pull them off, and then it'll go back on when your waffle is done. And the unit also will beep 3 times letting you know it's ready to be used, and the waffle has been completely cooked. In the front here, this is your on-off switch. You can see I have it on right now, so it's preheating. And also this is your shade control. It goes from 1, which is very light, all the way to 6. I usually like to cook it on 4 or 5, so it gives it a nice, really nice even dryness. The unit also has on the bottom a cord rack, so you can store your cord really easy. And the great thing about it is if you're making waffles for family, you can cook 2 at a time. You can split them in half, and you can feed already started the yeast portion. So I put the yeast, half the water, and a pinch of sugar into this bowl, and you're supposed to let it sit between 5 and 10 minutes. But you can see it's very fluffy now. So to that, we're going to add some of our liquid ingredients. First, the 3 egg yolks, 1 egg white, the sugar. This happens to be organic. Then what we're going to do is we're going to incorporate that. So it's nicely incorporated. And then to this liquid batter, we're going to add the rest of our ingredients, which is the rest of the water, the butter, and then a little bit of oil. So just mix that thoroughly. And then what we're going to do is we're going to incorporate our dry ingredients to the liquid. Incorporate this until it is smooth. Then after we've incorporated all the dry ingredients, which we're almost finished, we're going to fold in some egg whites. And the egg whites were already beaten until it's about a stick. So I'm just going to add that. And then just turn the bowl, gentle. The egg whites will add a really nice texture and also a lightness to your waffles. Forgot to mention also is that we have a little batter cup that you're going to use, and that's perfect because it will give you the exact amount of batter that you need to add to each of the waffle plates. Okay, so this looks pretty good. First thing we're going to do when we open the waffle maker is we're going to season the plates with just a little bit of oil. To for the non-stick plates to release the waffle very easily when you're done cooking it. So, scoop up some of the batter. Add it to the plate. Close it. Side. Once again, we're going to season this side too. Let's not forget that. You can use any type of silicone brush that works really great. Or if you have a pastry brush, just be careful with a pastry brush. If it's nylon, you can sometimes some of the little bristles will get stuck to the waffle plate, so better to use the silicone one. there you have it, the Cuisinart Double Belgian Waffle Maker. Hi, I'm Mary Rogers, and this is the Cuisinart 13-cup Elemental Food Processor. And it also has a dicing kit, which is really cool. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through all the parts that come with this fabulous food processor, and then I'm going to show you how to make a quick and easy vinaigrette, and I'll show you a couple other tricks I have up my sleeve. So this is your main storage case. So in this main storage case, you have a multitude of items. The first being the large chopping and mixing blade in the front. The next, this is your dough blade to make things like pizza, pasta, items like that. This is your adapter stem, which is used with several of the items like slicing and shredding disc. And also, this is your small chopping blade, which is used in a small work bowl. And then the last two items in this storage case, this is the reversible shredding disc. So one side is medium, the other side is fine. And then over here, this is your adjustable slicing disc. So you can see when it's in the completely closed position, it's completely flat. But when I adjust it from 1 millimeter all the way up to 7, you can see how thick it gets there. So that's how you adjust the blade. We recommend that you would keep it completely flat for storage. Let's put this back in here. And the great thing about the storage case, it keeps everything safe, neat, tidy. It also has a little lock, so that you don't worry about anybody getting in there that's not supposed to. So next, this is your small work bowl. I'm going to show you how to put that in a few minutes. And this is your dicing kit, and also it has its own self-storage container. The top here is the flat cover, which can be used with the large work bowl. I'll show you how to do that in a few minutes. This is the cutting assembly for your dicing kit, and then this is the dicing grid. And then the dicing grid also comes with a cool little cleaning tool. When you're all done, if you have any remnants of food stuck in there, you just take this and you press it down, and that helps you get all the ingredients out. Let's just put this back in here for a few minutes before we use it. So let's look at the main product. So this is your 13-cup work bowl. It has nice measure markings on the side. It has a rubberized touchpad in the front. So it has basically pulse, off, low, and high. This is your feed tube. And inside your feed tube, you have two other feed tubes. So you have the really large feed tube, then you have also the medium-sized feed tube, and then the really small feed tube, which I'm going to actually show you how to use today. You just twist that and it locks it into place. The other thing that's nice too is you have a lock that will lock your feed tube so that you can't pull it out. So if you're doing anything in the bottom of the work bowl, you just pull out the lock it in place, and it won't come out at all. And then when you're going to do any type of slicing and shredding, that needs to be pushed in because you want to be able to put the food into the feed tube. So let's look at some of the other features and benefits of this product. So this is your lid, and inside the lid you'll see right here along the edge there's a black gasket, and that's our Seal Tight Advantage system that seals the bowl really tight so you won't get any spills or splatters that come out of the bowl. It also allows you to maximize the amount of food that you're putting in the work bowl, and we also give you measure markings that show on the side how much food and liquid that you're putting in there. So that's really convenient. To take it off the bowl, you just twist it and lift it off, and to put it back inside, you just engage it. So let me show you how to put a few of the parts in. So first I'm going to show you the large chopping blade. That you just put in, press it down like so it locks into place. That does not need any type of stem adapter. The next item is the stem adapter. You put that in like so, and if you're going to use your shredding disc, you just put it right on top. And then obviously you can put it back on. If you want to reverse it, you just turn it over, and the same thing. Always hold it by the edge of that little hub, we call the hub.
To engage your slicing disc, it's exactly the same method. Hold it by the hub, put it on until it engages. So, let me show you. When you're using your small work bowl, you have to put your stem adapter in, and you're going to put the bowl in, lining it up. There's some notches there. You can easily see that. It's up close. And then you just put your little chopping blade in. And then you would put the lid on. And you could then use your, get it on. Sorry. You press this down to lock it into place. And then twist the lid to make sure that the mechanism is completely locked and usable. And then you can just use, press on the low button or the high button to chop. Or if you turn it on all the way, actually it'll just run automatically. So that small work bowl is 4.5 cups, and it's really great for small tasks if you want to just chop up some nuts or some onions or some herbs. And then you could also use a multi-step recipe. So if you need to, like, say, chop up some nuts and then set this aside to use it, for an ingredient afterwards, like if you're going to make cookies or brownies or something, you can mix the rest of your ingredients in here, and then what you can do is put the nuts back in it. Or you can do completely 2 separate recipes. So the next thing I want to show you, it's the dough blade, and the dough blade goes in just by dropping it in the large work bowl. That only works with the large work bowl. And one thing I didn't mention is you can also use the flat cover. So flat cover is really great. I love a flat cover because if you're only doing something that requires mixing, pureeing, or incorporating, you just use your flat cover. You don't have to use your cover with your feed tube, and it's nice and compact and really simple and easy to clean out afterwards. And your flat cover also has a receptacle so that you can add any kind of liquid in there if you're mixing something that requires adding liquid while the food processor is running. So that's the flat cover. Just lay that on there. Now what I'm going to do is show you, put the chopping blade back where it belongs. What I'm going to show you now is how to put the dicing kit in the food processor. So we're going to do, the first thing we're going to do is put the stem in. And we're going to put the dicing grid in the front facing the handle. Just put that in like so. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put in the slicing mechanism. And then what you're going to do is just put the lid on. And then you can dice things like fruits, tomatoes, make a beautiful fruit salad. There's lots of great things that you can dice. You can even dice like potatoes if you want to make hash browns, if you didn't want to shred them. So in a little bit I'm going to show you now how to take this apart. Stack it right here. And then what I'm going to do is we are going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful vinaigrette with a chopping blade. And all we need to do is we could put the flat cover on or the feed tube. I'm going to use the feed tube today. Okay, and we're going to start by doing something really simple, like we're just going to turn the machine on, put it on high. And you saw how quickly it chopped up that garlic really beautifully, nice and fine. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add the rest of our ingredients to make the Caesar dressing. So first we have anchovies. I also forgot to mention that your food processor comes with this really nice spatula. We have 2 egg yolks. Mustard. We have some lime juice, Worcestershire sauce, pepper, and then some vinegar. Just So I'm gonna show you a little trick with your small feed tube. So put the lid back on, and we're going to basically incorporate all these ingredients. Now I'm just gonna stop. You notice how it splashed quite a bit, but we had no leakage or anything because we have our nice seal tight advantage system. I'm just gonna scrape down the sides. It's a good habit to get into, just so you make sure that all the bits that were, basically mixed around when you ran the machine will be back down at the bottom of the bowl before you go to the next step. Now, something I did forget to mention is the bottom of your feed tube has a little hole in it. And we're going to use that today to incorporate the oil into the dressing. And that's a really important feature because to get a really great consistency with any type of vinaigrette, you want to incorporate the oil very slowly into the mixture. So I'm just going to turn this on and then pour this into the feed tube, so I'll show you how it's actually going to go into the processor. Turn the unit off. I want to make sure that that's locked into place. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to dress my salad. Now this happens to be a mixture of different greens. It doesn't happen to be romaine today, but you could use it for that. And I just want to show you something else too. Really nice function with it. You can just pour the dressing right over the salad, right over the bowl. Notice the blade stays locked in place, so you don't have to worry about, it spilling out or, holding on to it. So that's a really great feature. Now the next thing I'm going to do is show you how to nice little trick I'll show you is that to get all the last little bits out of your food processor, you just turn it on again. What happens is anything that was on the blade or under the blade, now that the machine's been removed, it's really, really easy to get it out. So that's a nice little trick. Get out every last little bit. Elemental 13-cup food processor. Everything you need to get creative in the kitchen, including a dicing kit and storage, flat cover, small work bowl, large work bowl. You can make almost anything you want in your home kitchen for your family.
Hi, I'm Renata for Hamilton Beach, and this is the Stack and Snap food processor. Assembling traditional food processors can be time-consuming and frustrating. The pieces have to be lined up just right, and the twisting and locking can be difficult, if not impossible. Sometimes it takes longer to assemble than it does to actually process the food. That's what makes the Stack and Snap food processor so handy. It assembles in seconds without twisting or locking. The bowl and lid are specially designed to stack only one way for foolproof assembly, and the simple clips lock the lid in place for safe operation. A simple function guide shows you which blade to use and which button to press. The big mouth feed tube reduces the need to cut up ingredients beforehand, which saves even more time. With a sealed bowl, powerful 450-watt motor, a dishwasher-safe blade, discs, bowl, and lid, this food processor is smartly designed with convenience in mind. You'll be all set to mix, chop, slice, and shred with ease with the Stack and Snap food processor from Hamilton Beach. Now that's good thinking.
there, I'm Clay with Veg. Our compact cold press power juicer packs all the power of a full-size juicer in this little hole. For cleanup, what's great about this juicer is that it comes completely apart using fingers. There are even some parts that come off you wouldn't assume. So let me show you how to do it. Close the juice valve and turn the cover slowly. Take the cover off with all the sides. Then pull the juice cup out with the auger. Then remove it. The auger is much easier to pull out after you use the juicer. Now to the sink. You'll find that almost everything just rinses off. What might not be obvious is that the valve cover and the rubber gasket inside the juice bowl come out if you want to get things really deep. If anything else is left after rinsing, use the brush and chisel to clean it off. Don't use your fingers to clean the sieve though, because it's sharp. Hopefully those were some helpful tips and tricks. Happy juicing.
The VeggiChop is one of the most versatile tools in the chef-in line. It's one of my personal favorites. It's great for chopping nuts, as we're going to do right now, to herbs, to doing salsa batches, guacamole, I mean, you name it, it does the trick. So you just take some nuts here, put it inside, take the lid, place it on top, make sure it's locked into place, and then you just turn this, pull a few times. And the amount of pulls that I do is how finely or coarsely chopped the nuts will be. So we'll just do a few more. Unlock. And within just a few pulls, look what we've done. So you can actually put it in here for storage if you'd like, or serving. And let's show one other thing we can do. Very popular item that the VeggiChop is great for is onions. So let's just throw a couple in here and see how fast the VeggiChop can whip these into shape. So once again, lock it into place. Just a few pulls on the cord. And how many pulls was that? I wasn't counting, but look at this. Check it out. You could just throw some cilantro in there, tomatoes, you know, a little few spices, whatever you want to do. You could make salsa right there, all in one batch. And if you don't want to use it right now, or you have a little excess, it comes with a handy lid. You just pop on top and just push down. And you're ready to put this in the fridge for later.
can give it as a fun gift. It's great for kids.